A warehouse about the size of a football field caught fire in Tuas early this morning. And what stands out is not just the scale of the blaze, but the size of the response needed to contain it. At around 3 a.m., emergency crews were called to a warehouse along Gul Crescent. Inside were waste, materials, and chemicals, creating a challenging situation for firefighters from the very beginning. The fire was large enough to trigger one of the bigger firefighting operations seen in recent months. Around 80 firefighters and 20 emergency vehicles were deployed to the scene. What makes this incident particularly important is the type of materials involved. Fires involving waste and chemicals can behave very differently from ordinary building fires. They can spread unpredictably, generate intense heat, and require specialized tactics to prevent further escalation. To tackle the blaze, firefighters surrounded the warehouse with multiple water jets, firefighting machines, and aerial equipment. A combined platform ladder was also used to attack the fire from above while helping prevent it from spreading beyond the site. One detail that deserves attention is that the warehouse covered an area roughly the size of a football field. When a fire occurs in a facility of that scale, containment becomes just as important as extinguishment. The priority is often stopping the fire from reaching neighboring properties, especially in industrial zones where different businesses and materials are located close together. The good news is that the fire remained confined to the warehouse throughout the operation. According to the authorities, nearby buildings were not affected. By around 8 a.m., the fire had been brought under control. No injuries were reported, although firefighting operations were still continuing at the time of the latest update. Here's where the story becomes more relevant to the wider public. Most people rarely think about industrial facilities unless something goes wrong. Yet warehouses handling waste and chemicals are part of the infrastructure that keeps modern economies functioning. When an incident occurs, emergency services must act quickly to prevent disruptions that could affect surrounding businesses, supply chains, and public safety. Singapore's industrial areas are designed with safety measures in mind, but incidents like this remind us that risk can never be eliminated completely. Preparedness, rapid response, and containment remain critical. The issue may not simply be that a fire happened. The more important takeaway is how effectively the emergency response prevented a much larger problem from developing. We have seen industrial fires occur from time to time across Singapore and the region. Each incident becomes a real-world test of emergency planning, firefighting capability, and industrial safety standards. The fact that this fire was contained within the warehouse, despite its size and the materials involved, will likely be viewed as a significant outcome of the operation. What do you think? As industrial facilities continue to grow in size and complexity, are current safety measures enough to keep major incidents from escalating? If you found this report useful, share, and subscribe to 2230.